Good morning and good evening, everyone, one and all present here. Myself, Gopinath, working as a principal consultant in Duansys for past 5 years. It is really pleasure to host this webinar. Before going to this session, I would like to thank for attending this webinar. Really, thanks for your time. It's really motivating us to go high. Our company Duansys, which was established 2006 December, mainly focused on Oracle solution for business. We are supporting 40 plus global clients. Most of them are Fortune 100 companies. We having 250 plus employees, among 90% are Oracle certified. We are involving Oracle product support and implementation cloud migrations. Customer delight is our main focus. We won Great Place to Work certification for past couple of years, got 19th rank on Great Indian Mid-Size Company and Best Workplace for Women. Duansys strongly believe sharing knowledge is the key for success. So our employees are really motivated to share their knowledge in Oracle Open World and AIOG Sangam. Our team members are continuously involved and presenting. Apart from that, our company members are written 6 various Oracle books. So we are ensuring platform for that. So we are here. From 2020 in Oracle, where we involving highly experienced professionals from the industry to share their rich, valuable knowledge and experience. Our goal is for Oracle to become go-to online resource for trends, technology, innovations, and educations for the Oracle domain. Today, I am taking pleasure to introduce Hari Prasad, my colleague, who is popular in social media handling. He have a decade of rich experience in various Oracle products. He is a strong leader who is willing to share the knowledge not only within our company, he shared wherever it is possible. Oracle Yes program is designed to recognize and reward members of Oracle technology and application communities for their contributions. These individuals are technically proficient and share their knowledge and experience through presentation, blog post, articles, social media post, community forum support, etc. So he is acknowledged as Oracle Yes in 2020 by Oracle for his excellent contribution for Oracle world. He is an inspiration guy and a motivation person. He is conducting deep dive into flashback history to future. Guys, we will have a Q&A question at the end of this presentation. Please feel free to post your questions in chat windows so that it will be addressed at the end of session. Also requesting all participate, please be in mute so that it won't interrupt other participations. So thank you again, and Hari, over to you.
Thank you, Gopi, for your wonderful introduction for me. And good morning and good evening to join wherever you are joining this webinar. My name is Hari. Already Gopi said about me everything, like more than 10 years of experience in Oracle core database technologies, work on multiple clients, RAC, DataGuard, high availability solutions, mostly performance tuning and high availability solutions. Currently I'm working, and more, now currently I moved to cloud as well as an apps DBA part also. Just 3 to 4 years I'm working as an apps DBA as well. So this is my achievements. Like I have done certifications up to cloud, like so I maintain Oracle dbwr.com. This is my website, like this is I'm sharing last 3 years I'm sharing my knowledge here. According to that, Oracle community, Oracle recognized me to give this Oracle Ace recognition. Actually, this is just a few before going to the technical session. Just I explain about this Ace program as well as certification part. So we know each and every company have individual values, like we need to work to the clients, we need to innovation, and we need to enrich our skills as well. So this is the one part we parallelly we are enrich our resumes and enrich our technology, and we doing this certification. So associate, professional, and experts level, and master level also. There is 4 categories of certification also in Oracle is there. So here I done up to expert level. I'm not done OCM actually, Oracle Certified Master. So next level, that certification next level, we contribute in the community that is called Oracle ACE program. So ACE program, just I written one more book, as well as in the 2 years before, I written one book called REST API in a database as service cloud pod. So this is my achievement in last 5 to 10 years. So this all my social media handling. So just follow me, like this all the social media. So actually, I yearly I talk to you like this all the ACE program. What is the rewards? Why Oracle giving this recognition to Oracle peoples, like who are community supports. So there is 3 categories is there: Oracle ACE Associate, ACE, and ACE Director. So I'm ACE, actually last 2 years I'm ACE recognition I'm. So this is by default, like we maintain some blog actually. That means either website you need to maintain, or you can use Blogspot also. You can share what are your day-to-day activities. You can post it in the blog post and share in the social medias. That is also recognized from Oracle. So if you're maintaining a YouTube channel, or if you're maintaining any technical article you are writing from any social medias, or you attend any conference, you taking any sessions from Oracle users group, you supporting volunteering from any, so I'm part of AOG team, All India Oracle users group. I'm from Chennai chapter. I'm me and Harish handling the Chennai chapter. So these all the things the Oracle recognizing to giving this award actually. So this is the next level after the certification. This is the next level we getting recognized from Oracle. So more than 450 people around the world is there. So I'm one of the part of ACE program. So last 2 years, I'm sharing my knowledge in the social media, whatever I learn, share, and network. These are all the 3 very important to Oracle ACE program. So learn, share, and network. Network in the sense, once you ACE community, once you join the ACE program, you get more connections. Like you can get more peoples to connect a product manager. You can speak directly with a product manager. You can work with the beta testing environment. So these all the somewhat I'm saying. So other than you can achieve a lot of things from ACE program. So these all the things, it's a very important ACE certification and ACE program. So coming to the agenda. So today we are talking about flashback technology. This is from 9i version. The flashback technology is introduced. So today we talking about history of Oracle flashback scenarios and flashback futures up to 21C. What are the futures is available? We are going to cover all the futures up to 21C from 9i to 21C. Okay. So, like data protection, it's a very important. Nowadays, a lot of things, malware or hardware corruption or whatever else, like any hacking. So we need to carefully handle the production environment. So we need to be careful on data. That means we are very sensitive data we need to handle in the production environment. So SLA also is there. System availability, always system availability is a very important for customer. So we need to maintain what is the future we are using, what are the technology we are using to maintain the data. So always customer think about system availability. 99% we need a database availability because of business loss. If database is down, okay, as a DBA, what we need to do, any high availability solution we implemented, or what is our next plan? So how much SLA, what are the mean time to recover, how much data you are recovering from downtime. So these are all the very important before going to implement any technology. So we need to sit with the customer, we need to talk with them, and we need to enrich our technology in the database level. Okay, so all aware about database DBAs, like there is 2 types of downtime is there. One is planned downtime and one more is unplanned downtime. So planned downtime, every periodically, like we need to maintain the patches. Nowadays, if you're maintaining a rack environment, there is no downtime, rolling patches available. So you can one by one instance, you can shut down and apply the instance. So in case any software patches, so we need to shut down and hand over to the system team. So these all the things we are doing a planned downtime. If you're doing upgrades, DB upgrades, so definitely we need a somewhat downtime. Even though we have a golden gate, minimum downtime we need actually. So zero, people saying the zero downtime upgrades is there, but minimum 5 to 10 minutes for replication, we need some downtime. So these all the things very important, like these all the things we planned downtime. That means uh, there is no data loss, there is no SLA breach, there is no customer escalation, this and all. So proper communication, we down the database and we perform all the activities and bring back the database. So this, very well, like planned downtime. So coming to the point, so unplanned downtime, these all the very important. We need to take care of database and system. What you are maintaining, that a server, that is very, very important. Unplanned downtime, we cannot say what time this happen actually. So example, CPU heating, like CPU problem, or memory corruption, or power supply is a problem. It is not happening these days actually. Power servers are very powerful now, but unfortunately any power outage, cable problem, or earthquake, or something like related to fire accident to the server area, like this all very important. We need to plan for according to the technology. In Oracle, like all the problems, we have a proper solutions is there, but we need to convince customer and we need to implement the technology as accordingly. Due to SLA, they saying actually we need 15 minutes only downtime in the year. So what we need to plan? So rack environment available, the system is always available, means we need to go for rack environment. So these all the things very important before building the project, or initial stages, we need to discuss and implement the solution for the errors, unplanned downtime. Today we are talking about very important human errors. So here human errors, it's a very important. Here user error, development team always, I'm saying, always they're doing a proper work, all the jobs is running properly, there is no problem. In the sense, we also happy as a DBA. So every time what happens, some bad jobs is running in the database production environment. How to resolve that? Some development team, developers, new development team, or a new junior junior development team joined today, and they submitted bad jobs, or submitted drop command. They issued delete and commit. So DML operation performed wrongly, insert or update commands. So what is the solution for that? So for that only we are going to flashback technology. Later we will see. So there is two things. It's a very important data production policy. This is already I talking about SLA and data production policy. It's a very important RPO and RTO. RPO nothing but recovery point objective, recovery time objective. How much data? So example, today morning 10 o'clock, your database transactions happening. That means the development team joined today morning and done some major changes. 11 o'clock, unfortunately, some data loss. So how to recover the data? So what is the scenario you are going to use to recover all the data? So how much data loss? These all, it's a very important. So these all the things we are doing proper every 3 months or 6 months once. So DR testing or backup testing we are done. So like every day we are taking incremental backups and full backups. That backups it's working or not, how like we need to refresh these days. Like from 11G onwards we are doing active cloning, not using a backup based cloning. So unfortunately your entire server crash. Only if you have a backup, means if you're restoring the backup, unfortunately the backup it's not working. How you are doing the data recover? So that is the purpose we are planning and doing every 3 months or 6 months once, DR testing and ORMAN backup testing. That means we need to use take backup and we need to restore and check in the new hardware. That's all I'm saying. Like these all the things we need to very important to take care of the data and databases. That's the thing. So coming to the point, so I already told you, like we have all the solution for the problems. So any server failure, any problem, we implement a rack or rack one node failure clusters we can implement, and we can achieve the server failure problems. So storage, obviously there is a redundancy level, there is a 3-level redundancy, external, normal and high. Normal, already we have a 2 failure groups. High redundancy in the sense 3 failure groups is there. Any one of fail group is problem, it's a mirroring. By default, ASM will achieve the data mirroring from one failure group to another fail group. In single fail group, we have a multiple disk. So these all the things I'm talking about ASM concept. But storage failure also, we have a good proper solution. If you implement rack, by default, ASM will be configured. So this storage failure also we can achieve from site failures. There is a 2 option is that. So bidirectional or unidirectional, you can perform Golden Gate or Data Guard. Mostly Golden Gate, it's a all cost involved. All the clients check with the costs and they involve the projects. Depends. So if you go with the Data Guard or Golden Gate, you can achieve the site failures. Any one of the site primary site is problem. So we can switch over to data secondary environment or fail over to the Data Guard environment. These are the things we can achieve from the site failure. So, like corrupted files, block corruption or data file corruption or any table corruption also we can achieve from ORMAN, from Tulsi. There is a new feature, table recovery from ORMAN. That is also possible. But think about human error. That is the thing I already discussed with in the early slides. Development team wrongly done some mistakes, some bad jobs running or deletion happen. That is the call. We go for the flashback future. It's a very important. So, okay. So it's not from 9i. This version, it's not start with 9i. Version from 4 and 5 also there is a version is there. Each and every query have version, but from 9i onwards there is a timestamp. Each and timestamp, using a timestamp or SCN, we can achieve this flashback technology. So basically from Oracle version 9, they introduced flashback technology. So what are the features is available in the 9i? We'll see in the coming slides. 10G flashback version query, transaction query, table drop, and database. These features, most of the features implemented in the 10G. These all 10G version, it's a major change. Most of the flashback concepts, it's developed and implemented in the projects, this 10G version. So 11G also long-term flashback data archive, it's possible from 11G and 12C. It is, we'll see in the next coming slides. So data long-term, if you want to maintain in the database level, that means any historical data you need to maintain. We go for a flashback data archive concept. Let's see in the coming slides. So multi-tenant, like from 12C onwards, there is an architecture called CDP PDP concept, like multi-tenant concept. So from 12.2, from 12.1, database release 1, we cannot achieve this flashback concept. From R 12.2, that means 12.2 core database, we can achieve flashback in the pluggable database also. So let's see. So 19C and 21C, like most of the things, 19C and 21C, there is a couple of changes happening. That means new features added in the 19C as well as in 21C. Let's see in the coming slides. Okay, so flashback database and flashback logs. These two, it's a very important. So how you are achieving the flashback technology? Either we go for undo data, undo, or flashback logs. This is a very important, flashback logs or undo. So either we go for undo in the sense logical flashback, physical means flashback logs actually. It depends, rely on flashback log files. So RVWR, there is a background process called RVWR, recovery writer. So let's see in the coming slides. So flashback query, these are all the features we are going to see in the coming slides. These are the features what depends, just undo table space. It depends flashback query, undo table space, flashback table, again undo table space. There is no need to set up anything in the database level. So no need to worry about database level. So just we need check with the undo table space. Undo table space have a good amount of space and good amount of retention time. These two things we need to find out. Example, if you drop any table or if you delete any table, so what scenario we need to follow and recover this data. These are the things we need to mostly concentrate. So example, if you flashback query, you can find out morning 9 o'clock what happened in the particular table. We can go and check through flashback query version, query as of time or as of SCN. There is two types is there. We'll see in the coming slides. Flashback table also you can recover the table data. That means any DML problem, any DML restore table previous state. This is possible, like restore a table to the previous state. Yeah, it is possible because it is using undo data. Like example, you maintaining 15 minutes by default. Undo retention it's 900. That means 15 minutes your undo data is maintaining. Example, 10 o'clock on users drop some, delete some record and give the commit statement. Delete and give commit statement. So 10 they came and said DBA team. So unfortunately I delete. You can recover the table using flashback table concept without going Orman backup or other solution. Easily we can recover data from the flashback table concept. Drop, again there is a feature called recycle bin. You know, like in Windows, you know, like in our laptop or window machine, if you delete any files, it goes to recycle bin. Same like in the database, there is a parameter called recycle bin. It is default from 10G, it is on. So by if you want to off, there is no data record from the flashback drop command. That means drop table name if you're giving, you cannot recover from flashback drop concept. The parameter if set off. By default, recycle bin is on. So you can achieve if any users drop the table. Previously, I'm talking about delete command. So delete and any DML operation done means we can go for flashback table. Drop in the sense you can, any table they drop actually. Example, they drop one historical table like a sales table, and then we can easily recover from the recycle bin. By default, if any table is dropped, there is no recycle bin call in the database level. The same table space, it is renamed actually. Example, HR team, I'm giving one table space name called HR table space. In the same table space, the particular table will be renamed. That is called recycle bin. Whenever you recover from the recycle bin, it comes from the particular table space. So we need to more careful while you dropping the tables. We are not dropping. Development team, we need to engage, like we can train them. So how to drop? You can use drop table name purge command. Purge in the sense it is not stored in the recycle bin. So we need to inform to them. So again, version, flashback version and the transaction, this is all recording the data. That means we need to find out which transactions happen between the particular time or who done this transaction. We can find out through versions and transactions. Mainly flashback database, it's a very important. Any problem in the deployment, like we can create restore point as well. We can create, there is a two types of restore point is there. One is normal restore point and another one is guarantee restore point. Let's see in the coming slides. So database, it's a very important. We need to enable flashback database on. By default, 10G and 11G, we need to bounce the database. That means, and we bring back the database from flashback on. So from 12C and 11G, that means 10G, we need to shut down, change RQ log mode and flashback on, and then we need to bring back on. From 11G onwards, no need to shut down. So from 11 to 03, we can bring back database in the online. We can change the flashback enable also. That is also possible. That coming slides we can see in the futures level. Flashback data RQ, I already told you, like a long-term data if you want to maintain. Why we need to maintain long-term? Some historical data you need to maintain in the database level. So any drop or any truncate or any deletion happen, we can get from the data RQ table. That means we need to maintain separate table space for that, and we need to enable the particular table. Like we can, coming slides we can see that. Okay. So flashback logs versus read log files. So, like very important, normal restore point and guarantee restore point, there is a two differences there. Normal restore point, if you're creating, example, 10 o'clock, you're creating one restore point, 11 o'clock deployments it's happening, 11:15 the deployment has failed. Okay. So you can go back to 10 o'clock means, so 10 to 11:15, the data, it is not there, but the database came back normal position. That means you cannot refresh new database here. So deployment, even I'm saying a development instance or test instance, if you're performing a restore point, you can go back to previous time or previous restore point. That is possible. Production, we cannot do it. But anyways, like a planned deployment, in the sense, any failure in the production also, we can use this normal restore point. But guarantee restore point, so we need to maintain the RQ logs and the flashback logs. Normal, it's a very important. Guarantee, it's maintaining, even though retention time, that means retention time, it's 1 day actually, 1440. So normal restore point, it's maintaining up to 1 day log files, flashback logs. Guarantee restore point, it maintaining next day also. But any manual script, if you are using to delete RQ logs, then it is a problem. So RQ logs, if deleted, you cannot go back to the proper restore point. So we need to take care of this, very, very important. While restoration time, that means while go back to restore point, the two things it's checking, flashback logs and RQ logs. It's a very important. In the flashback logs, who is writing? RVWR writer. I already told you, like a recovery writer, background process are very important. This one is a take care of the flashback logs. So there is a two parameters. It's a very important. Previously, it's a flash recovery area. Now from 11G onwards, fast recovery area. It changed to flash recovery area to fast recovery area. All those parameters we need to enable before enabling flashback technology. One is recovery file disk size, and another one is recovery file disk size and disk we need to enable in the database level. Okay, so scenario and solution. So I already discussed about this. So we go for next, actually flashback query. That means historical data, historical reports you need to maintain, in the sense we go for flashback query or flashback data RQ you need to go. So flashback version query, transaction query. If you go with a table, if users drop the table, drop table command, we go for flashback drop. So logical changes, any logical changes, that's what I already told you. Any DML operation performing in the database level wrongly, you can recover using flashback table concept. So 9 new features, only one thing, flashback query. I already discussed about this. Flashback query, yes. Flashback query, there is two types you can achieve. Only past data you can view, but you cannot go back to the past time. So you need to clearly understand here, only you can query the table. That means now the time is 11 o'clock. You can check previous 10 o'clock what happened or how many records in the particular table you can view. That is the only possible in the flashback query. No need to enable anything. By default it came with along with the database. That means no need to enable anything. Just up to undo space and undo rotation you can retrieving the data. Okay, next. So this is the 9i feature. Next, come to the 10g features. Flashback version query, flashback transaction query, flashback table and drop and database. So this is very important. Flashback database, you can achieve, that means row level, table level, and the entire database level. There is 3 categories. You can achieve the data recovery process. Okay, so why I am saying here, huge database like terabyte database we cannot recover easily, because 4 terabyte, 3 terabyte, they done some major changes strongly happen. We need to, they asking immediate immediate restoration or immediate cloning, month-end process. They need to do some changes. We need immediate database. Means how can we refresh the database? Entire 4 terabyte or 3 terabyte, it takes 1 day of restoration time. So they done any wrong thing wrongly, we can go for easily flashback technology and recover the data. That is what I'm saying. There is a 3 category you can recover the data. One is row level, table level, and the entire database level you can recover. So flashback database, in the sense, yes, point in time recovery you can possible through enabling the flashback database concept. Flashback table, I already told you, any logical corruption or any table is something wrong, bad jobs is running, DML operations is done. Previously, what we are doing through log miner, we performing these things. Using a log miner, we recover the data. But in the flashback table, you can easily recover the tables pointing time, use of undo table space. So again, I already told you, like drop and transaction query, and version query. It's just it's a verification purpose. We're using this transaction query and version query. So what happening between 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock? What are the changes happening? DML operations happen, update or delete. Who done this transaction? Everything we can find out through transaction and the version query. So that is what I already told you. Using purge command, it's a very powerful. That means it is not go to recycle bin, directly drops actually. So whenever development team issuing this command, we cannot recover using recycle bin. So it is very important. So we need to carefully intimate to them. That means development team use flashback or we are enabling flashback recycle bin. So always recommended flashback table drop command, and we need to maintain the space as well. So if you frequently they doing a drop command, in the sense the flashback recycle bin is always maintaining some space as well. So periodically we need to check the any flashback recycle bin that have unnecessary data is there. We need to find out and purge those recycle bin as well, actually using just the command called purge recycle bin or purge recycle bin table space name we can give, or purge particular table only we need to remove from the recycle bin. It is possible. So these all very important while you enabling the recycle bin concept. And flashback table, whenever you want to recover some tables, this is very important. Alter table, enable row movement. This one, if you are not enabling, you cannot go back to the previous time or using SCN or timestamp. It is very important. You need to enable row movement feature. So whenever you enable row movement, you go back to the previous time and get the records as well. Example, 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock. If you want to go particular table only, it is possible. Affect other table, it is not affecting. Particular table only, you can go back previous time and recover the data. So again, I already told you. So this is from 11G onwards, no need to shut down the database for enabling flashback database. So this is the command alter database flashback on. No need to go for shutdown here. From 11G onwards directly, you can enable flashback on. Previously in 10G, we need to down and change arclog mode and bring back the database. So if you're going back entire database, that is also possible. But I already told you flashback logs and arclog, it's a very important because of whenever go back to the previous time, it open the reset logs. We use open reset logs. Incarnation will be generated, and then very important sequence number start with 0. So this all very important. We need to. So what happen if you go flashback database means if you maintaining standby database, okay, so your primary some unfortunately you go back from 11 a.m. to 10 a.m. that 1 hour data you cannot get back, but database safe, you go back to 10 o'clock. But what happened after the sequence, how the standby will catch up from 10G or 11G or even if you are using a 12C. So we need to rebuild the standby database or how it is work. We'll see in the coming slides as well. So your primary database, you are go back previous time using flashback database concept, then standby how it affect or how it catch up. Let's see in the coming slides as well. Okay, so 11G, there is no major changes. 11G, I already told you, like this all the some futures flashback data RQ it introduced from 11 to 04, but it is not fully implemented in the 11G flashback data RQ. We are saying a total recall, the name called total recall, but fully it introduced in the 12C near future only, flashback data RQ and flashback transaction. For this, I already told you from 12.1, there is no future using flashback pluggable database. If you want to pluggable database PDP also, you want to implement flashback concept, you can do it from 12.2, not in the 12.1. It is from multi-tenant concept, it is introduced in 12.1, but in 12.2, you can achieve flashback technology as well. Flashback technology in the pluggable database concepts also. So coming to the point, 12C new feature, there is a background process. Again, one more background process, FBDA. This is another one background process. It's maintaining flashback data RQ. So it's a very important. Will not use undo actually. This is not using undo table space. Okay, first I'll explain about this background process, flashback data RQ process. Previously, I talked about one more background process name called RVWR, recovery writer, that is writing the flashback logs. This one, it's a very important, keeping historical data for long term. So what we need to do, we need to create one particular table space for a flashback data RQ concept. We can kept all the tables into the particular table space. Example here, if you see, so we need to create a FD_TS. This is the one table table space I created. Retention is 1 year. So while creation time, we can give retention 1 year, in the sense all the tables you can maintaining in 1 year, but somewhat we need to maintain the space as well. Actually, why I'm this one, some clients saying about some performance issues also in the FDA, but I did not implement it in Doinsys projects actually. But this is a very important also long-term retention, or long-term, if you want to maintain the data, keep historical data changes during a predefined retention. That means legal reason the data needs to maintain in the company policies, or we need to maintain a HIPAA compliance, security compliance. Those they maintaining the some historical data means you can kept in the you can go with flashback data RQ concept. So this is a very important. If you the company policies or company data, or we need to maintain long term. Unfortunately, the flashback table flashback table or version query or transaction query depends on undo table space. This is not maintaining undo table space. It's purely depends on table space. Okay. So this is the thing we need to configure flashback data RQ concept. So yearly example, while creation time also you can set this concept, or later if you already the table is you maintaining 3 years or 2 years. Now if you want to enable this feature, you can using alter table command, you can enable this flashback RQ concept as well. So coming to the 19C feature, yes. Okay. So previously I talked about the, if you are performing any flashback, that means if you are going to restore point, any restore point 11 o'clock to 10 o'clock, if you're maintaining standby database, okay, so how it will be working. So that is the thing in 10G or 11G or 12C. If you are using, we need to do manually we need to check the SCN number, primary SCN, we need to recover, we need to flash back the standby as well. Manually we need to perform all the activities in 11G and 12C environment. From 11 to 03 we need to do manually. In case of any flashback happen in the database level in primary side, we need to log into standby side and we need to flash back the standby as well, and then only the sync will be happen. But in the 19C, by default, automatically standby also flashback and sync with sync automatically. No need DBA involve and recover the standby database. So these are the things I'll explain. Wait, okay. Okay, I'll go with the, sorry. Okay, so I'm not giving a demo here, but I already posted. That means I deployed this concept in my laptop and posted here. So I'm going to explain the automatic flashback of standby database, how it is working. We'll check. So the database, you understand the primary database name is Chennai. So I done some transaction, the testing purpose, 7134 records in the primary site. I'm giving a, okay. So I'm creating one restore point here. So in the primary site, I'm creating guarantee flashback database. I'm create one restore point. Okay. So by default, if you see in the standby site, automatically it reflected. So this is a new feature in 19C. Previous 10G and 11G, previous 10G or 11G or 12C, if you're creating any restore point, it is not reflected in the standby side. So that is the new feature I already told you. Restore points to the standby side. Yes, in the event of failover, the standby becomes a primary database. However, the restore point information is lost in the previous release. Okay, so in 19C, you can easily recover automatically. It is taken from the restore point. No need involvement in the DBA side. Okay, so automatically replicated guarantee restore point from primary to standby side. So if you check restore point, you can get the information. Okay, let's move to the next case. Test case 1, mount state. Okay. your standby database in mount state and your MRP process it's running. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I truncate the particular table. So 7144 some records is there previously I created, I truncate. So I need to bring back this record. I done some mistakes. Development team come and say the table is unfortunately is truncate. So I go with a restore point. So previously I created one restore point name called test1. I go to the restore point. So by default, alter database open reset logs. I already told you whenever you giving this open reset logs, it start with sequence number 0 and incarnation, new incarnation also generated. So by default, the table is coming because of I created restore point and using the restore point and get this record. If you check in the alert log, this is a 19C database. That is what I'm saying, like 12C or 11G, we need to manually check the SCN number and we need to flashback the standby database. But in the 19C, if you see recovery coordinator performing automatic flashback of the standby database. So automatically restore point will created here and see here automatically MRP process also started and applying the sequence number. Next Oracle log also MRP started and working the recovery process. So check the standby database level and then it's working fine. And standby also I make it as a read-only mode and check the record is coming properly. So 19C, there is a major changes in the flashback. So guarantee restore point if you're creating any restore point as well. So second scenario also I done with the state. Previous one it is a database in the mount state and MRP is running. This one is a read only mode. I performed the case 2, the same thing. So I should have flashback technology. So the same recovery scenario coordinator will performing automatic flashback. Though those are very important in the 19C feature. If you check out in the 19C feature, it's a very important. If you are doing a 19C, that means most of the companies now upgrade to 19C. So because there is no 20C, 21C for on premises, maybe next quarter it will be coming. So most of the companies performing 19C upgrades because it's a long-term support up to 2026. We can perform the database. We can use the 19C features and 19C databases. So these all the things I just before I show the that means I done in the local machine and posted in my website. So and then flashback log also it's periodically it's automatically clear because of you enabling flashback technology or flashback database frequently. You cannot monitor the flashback logs. So example, if you are using Orman backup, only Orman Oracle logs only it's taking, not flashback logs it's not taking. So we need to maintain and we need to increase or decrease the size of the flash recovery area or fast recovery area. We need to maintain flashback log for if you are maintaining any restore point, compulsory we need to monitor the flashback logs as well. Last week one of my customer, we facing this issue like restore point. Every week they done some deployment. This is apps EBS instance. So we created every week Monday morning. US customer Monday morning we created one restore point. They maintaining in that particular week, they maintaining some deployments, all the deployments it's good. Next week we go back to the previous restore point. That means last week we created a restore point. We go back to the restore point instead of refreshing the entire database. This is the thing happening, new deployment they done. So we go back to the last week. What happened? Unfortunately some Oracle log is missing. So some Oracle log is missing in the sense what we need to do. So we cannot go back to the particular restore point. While we giving an open reset logs, it's asking more recovery. So the particular time what we are doing, So we need to go for the particular backups, ORMAN backup. We need to restore the database. So the future is that like you can easily go back and get the records. It's a scenario wise, all it's fine, but we need to maintain the space, and we need to maintain the logs as well. Okay, this is what I already told you, like in flashback database to SCN previous manual procedure we need to maintain in the previous releases. Okay, but 19C by automatically flashback the standby database MRP automatically started and applying the archive logs. So this is, I already mentioned about this, clearing the flashback logs. Okay, so 21C still it is not on premises, but already in the cloud we can practice, or we can create a instance in a cloud environment, and we can do it all the work around there. That means we can plug and play all the stuffs in the flashback technology in the 21C. So there is again 3 features it's introduced in the 21C: PDP point in time recovery or flashback to any time in the recent past, data file shrink, and this one also is there. First we talking about the PDP point in time recovery or flashback to any time. So this is, I already told you, like in 12C you can go back to the previous time or SCN number. That means in PDP level you can go flashback technology, but this one I'm saying like a flashback pluggable database, you can go to the previous day or previous time. But in the 19C up to 19C you can use like this 12.2 to 19C, you can flashback the database using this feature, flashback pluggable database PDP1 or PDP2, like that. But 21C there is a feature called reset pluggable database. This is, you can go back to the incarnation, particular incarnation you can go back. Like example, there is 321 in the sense the incarnation number. If you go and check the $V incarnation, you can check in the database level, you can check the incarnations, how many incarnations is there in the database level. You can reset using pluggable database. This feature from 21C, you can go back through incarnation. So incarnation also you can achieve using flashback technology. It's a very important, but maybe in couple of coming down the line futures, customers will use this feature, because from 21C definitely you cannot go standalone database. That means there is no standalone database you cannot create, only CDP and PDP feature is there. So definitely these features, in futures we need to understand, and we need to work out this PDP point in time recovery also possible. Like down the line 2 to 3 years, maybe we can use these features as well. Okay, so flashback database support for data file string, this one we talking about next. Okay, this new capability, definitely we need to understand. Okay, so example, any DML operation performing in the table space, or any data drop or truncate or delete, what happened in the table space level, fragmentation happened. So what we need to do, we need to move one table space to another table space online, or we need to export or import to get the fragmentation release. So this all 6 months or maintenance work we are performing all times. Okay, so in 12C or 19C, whenever any performance issue, we need to check the table fragmentation happen or not. Like that, we need to check performance issue, month end, any slowness is there. Even though we creating an indexes, or the properly the index is working, okay, proper execution plan is picking, even though the slowness is there, we need to run gather stats, no use. Then we can go for data file or table space, any fragmentation is there, we need to find out, and we need to release the space as well using online move method, or export import we can perform. But in the 21C, you creating any guarantee restore point in particular table space, you dropping any, you deletion, any DML operation it's happening automatically, automatic data file shrink will happen. So boundary, if some data, it's a boundary line. Example, there is a table space name called users table space. You're using a 10 GB table space is there. So in 8 GB of data is there. In 9 GB there is no space, and in the 10th GB some data is there. You cannot shrink the data file to 8 GB because in the 10th 10 GB of data is there actually. So but in the 21C you can achieve easily from using flashback database enable. If you are doing a flashback database feature in particular table space, you are long-term data you are maintaining, okay, flashback data archive, then you can shrink easily the particular table space easily, or data file you can shrink easily. Okay, so this one again, this future DBMS flashback archive, this package flash DBMS flashback archive, it introduced in the 12C. Actually this migrate, it's a new feature in 21C. Migrate in the sense long-term data, if you're maintaining in one particular table space, if you want to migrate one database to another table database using a transportable table space capability, this is easily you can do it in the 21C. So these three features in the 21C. So apart from that, there is no features like this 19C and 21C. These three features only introduced in the flashback concept. Okay, next advanced use case. You know already this all the features we are achieving whenever we invoking flashback concept. Snapshot standby, definitely. Okay, so if you want to make it read write mode standby database, then you create a restore point. Okay, flashback restore point. No need to create restore point. When you change active standby to snapshot standby, by default Oracle itself, what we are doing, what it doing, create a one restore point. Okay, it maintaining a 3 hours or 2 hours, you need to maintain the Oracle logs in the standby side, snapshot standby side. So you go back to again active standby, then what happened internally, restore point will be dropped and go back to the previous restore point. So that time the flashback restore point, it will be used. Mostly upgrade times we are doing a flashback restore point. Okay, so example, you are performing a 12C to 19C upgrade. Okay, so in case any problem in the middle of the migration, that means migration or upgradation, we go back to the particular restore point. These all the scenarios we can use flashback technology. And this is old primary. This is, I already told you, guarantee restore point. If you're good doing, you go back to previous restore point. So guarantee restore point, we already talked about that. These all the things we can do it in the flashback concepts. I already talked about this, all the features, flashback query, version query, all the things. Flashback drop also you can understand. So these things we discussed in the session. Thanks for the attending. Thank you. Go for Q&A session. Gopi?
Yeah.
Gopi, any questions is there?
In chat window, I'm not viewing any questions.
Okay. Anybody have questions or like?
Yeah, if anyone having questions, please go ahead.
Raise the hand or chat in the window. We can discuss here, or in offline. You can ping me through social media. So this is my social media. You can ping anytime. I can reply here as well.